I'm here with Simon, one of my recent graduate students who is now working as a developer. Bro, Simon, if you wanna share a few words about what you're doing right now, that would be great.
Yeah, hi everyone. So yeah, I just got hired like 3 months ago. So I'm software engineer right now. I got officially that's what's in the contract. And
Mhm,
yeah, it's a full stack job basically. I mean that was in the job description
mhm,
on LinkedIn as I
mhm.
remember.
Yep.
And it's like a big tech company, American company, and yeah, it's like they have like so they are I'm in a team called data visualization team, and basically there are a lot of like they have different types of customers, like from like for profit to non-profit, and they're using
Mhm,
the application to like process their data and like use data to get some like insights and get some nice visuals and dashboards and yeah, stuff like that.
mhm.
So yeah, it's really exciting. It's a big company. This was what I was looking for in the
Cool.
first place. So I was really happy. I'm really happy with it.
So before before you got this tech job, what were you doing? How were you keeping the lights on in the fridge?
Yeah, yeah. Like
That's such a that's such a Eastern European way of saying how do you make money, you know?
yeah, keeping the light in the fridge. Yeah. Um yeah, I was yeah, before so I'm coming from like a musical background, so back just before around the COVID I started doing programming and getting into it. Before that, I have a degree in music, so I'm like a musician as well. I'm still playing. So I was
Uh-huh.
doing that. Like I was playing playing bands and like teaching and did some music related stuff. I used to
Mhm.
live in the UK as well. So I was while I was studying and living and working there, I was doing many different type of jobs. But that was like a long
Uh-huh.
time ago. And yeah, and so around the COVID, that was
How
like
how old how old are you? I never asked you, bro.
I'm 30,
But
31.
what attracted you to coding, you know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So it was like the COVID time. So it was a time like for everyone else. For me too, it was like a time for a big change or something because there were everything was like shut down and I lost a lot of most of my income basically, and there were no gigs and whatsoever. So I felt like I needed some kind of a change and I needed something new. I just wanted to learn something new and get into something that where I can develop because I
No
felt
pun
like
intended.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was a bit stuck there, especially with the COVID situation. So actually, I was like learning. I started like looking into like learning some stuff. So I started like studying like business stuff. Like so, I
Mhm.
got into like economics and like finance and stuff like that. And then it just yeah, I just met like programming, and I just took like an intro to computer science. Basically, that was like the first
Yeah,
thing. So
it's
I
lagging.
right. So it's like it was Python. I think the first thing that I got into first. I just took a course into that was an introduction course to computer science. That was like the first thing when I met programming, and it was Python. So that was the first language, and then I just really enjoyed it because it was like a similar. So I enjoy like learning new skills, and it was a skill that I felt like I'm getting better at it day by day, and it was
Uh-huh.
cool. Like I enjoyed it because I felt like I'm doing like something productive or something because I
Mhm.
like logic, and it's a bit similar to like putting
To
together like
music.
yeah, to putting together like elements, and then the end you get some kind of a product or something that is working or something like that. So
That's actually the thing that helped me out with learning programming as well, because I also did music by myself, for 5 years. I was making house music and stuff like that. And most people say, "Oh, I need to be good at math." But no, you need to be good at putting things together. And you can. I learned that from music, by mistake. But you can also be good at Lego and figure out how to put that together. or you can be good at video games and you can put that together, or you can be put at, I don't know, Monopoly and you can still put things together, or spreadsheets or whatever. So you can, it's a very approachable skill for everyone. Just most people don't realize how approachable this is, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that you mentioned that you were doing music as well. I remember, yeah. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So that's that, and
So then
then
you saw my face on YouTube, I think, right?
yeah, I got like into those. I
Recommendation.
started like I watched some videos and yeah, and I noticed your program and it really got my attention. It was really I could relate it because you were so straightforward and you were like honest with it and stuff like that. That was like yeah, it just felt real, really. So that's
Yeah.
why I reached out and then
You went on the first link in the description. No, but were you like, whenever when you met me, right? And you gave me your money, were you worried that is gonna leave? I'm Romanian and you are Hungarian, right? So we already have beef internally from like ages ago, you know what I mean? So how did you feel about that?
no, I mean, I mean, honestly, I wasn't too worried, uh, because I've seen I took online courses before, and I myself I
Yeah.
also gave some lessons online, like teaching either language or teaching music,
So
and
you came in with the assumption that you're gonna receive the same thing as you are giving to others, right?
because because uh because I used to also do some online things. I felt your
Uh-huh.
I don't know your vibe and I just saw that you were real and you were not a scam. I just saw it. Like I saw that you were a real
Thank you.
person, not scamming anything. So honestly I wasn't too worried really. So I mean
Okay. Thank you, man.
honestly like that was maybe you know cultural differences are not very broad. I mean I could feel you as well, but like I don't know people from the US I don't know if I don't know it's just
Ah,
it
I see
wasn't
what you mean. Yeah, because they know how to cover things a little bit better, right? They have that excitement on their face all the time, you know, and then you fall for it. I believe that's what's happening with me. I always fall for like the American scams. Anyway, besides the point.
yeah.
Let's okay. So now you're a developer. Like, is is life the way you were expecting it to be? Like what were you expecting it to be, and what did you get?
Yeah, I mean definitely it's the quality of life and yeah, it's just the income is like two or three times more than it used to be, and it's like really improving the quality of life, so you can really be independent and live your own life. And yeah, I mean it's really I didn't know like what to expect. Like there were some things that people were saying, talking about it, but this was something that I was looking for. So so yeah, I wanted to go into like a big company and have this job because people before me like mentioned that it's how cool it is and how free they are in their job, and it really is. Like
Uh-huh.
they really give you independence, and you can work on your own schedule, whatever you can do, whatever you do you want to do, really. I mean, as long as
Uh-huh.
you're solving their problems and doing the job well. I mean, at least at this point, it's been great, and yeah, it was really worth it, and it's, yeah, one of the best jobs. I mean, one of the coolest jobs. I think it's out there. I mean, for people like us, I think it's like one of the
Bro,
best.
that's whenever remember when I was telling you like, bro, I'm working like 2 hours a day or something. I don't know if I ever told you this, but like people were asking like, oh, what do you do at work? You know, I don't know. I'm working like 2 hours a day. And like people cannot compute that, especially if you come from, I was a barista, right? And you get paid 8 hours to slave away like a head, clean toilets and that. But when you move from that to like getting paid 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times more than that, and you barely do any work, like your brain cannot process it. It took me like 4 years till I was able to like understand that I'm actually smart. That's why I make so much money, you know? So
Yeah.
probably had the same, did you have the same like, hey, is this real, you know, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, definitely I was doing, as I said, I had a lot of different jobs before, and I lived in the UK, and I was working in job agencies and stuff like while I was studying. Very different. A lot. I did a lot of physical work. I could definitely know like what is it to be like to serve food and to go into different events and like be like a slave basically. And I mean, it's a different type of
Yeah.
job. It's probably sometimes they pay you well, sometimes it's always different. And
Mm.
but yeah, it's very different. And yeah, it's you don't have to like if you do this job like you will really enjoy that like how it's yeah it's possible like you don't have to like work 10 hours a day and get home and be like and like be dead at the end of the day and just you have to work
Yeah.
here too. It's not like you work 2 hours a day. I mean there are some times but when you have to work more sometimes you don't have to work that much so it's but that's great about it I think.
Yeah. No, no, no. Basically, you have to work like to get things done rather than to work to clock in, if that makes sense.
Exactly, yeah.
That's how I would that's how I would you know. Okay. Let me ask, when you, what do you feel like was the most important thing that you got from the program compared with if you do things on your own? Like using the free resource, like would you even be able to learn all the stuff that you've learned in the program, do the types of projects we've done in the program by yourself?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely not. I mean, just like the previous people before we mentioned, um, it's the best. One of the best things about it was to. So, what was the best about it? Yeah, that was what you asked.
Yeah, like would you be able to do like to get to this point by yourself with free resources, with like free, cheap, you know, like the stuff that is online available to the masses? Would you be able to put together the same thing that I've put in the same amount of time that it took you?
I mean, probably not, because so I started when I started first looking into like front end and web dev. I started with as I remember, it was free code camps. So I started doing that, and it's just, I mean, I just started looking into like how to build like simple web pages, right? So that was like the first thing,
Mm.
and free code camp is really like at least for me, it was like when you start doing that, you just executing instructions like you have no idea about what you're doing, at least for me, because I was starting from zero. So I just typed in like the lines of code, like it was just a simple app to add like cat pictures into an application or something like that.
I know it. I know it. And then he made the cat wrong, right?
I think so, yeah, something like that. Yeah, and that's like the silliest thing to do. I think for me, I didn't learn anything from it. I just started doing it, and it was like just instructions and just blindly writing some stuff. I didn't know anything about it, and it was I was lucky because I didn't do that for a long time because I came across your program, and I when I started doing your program, I mean, I remember that in the first 2 months, it was like a really quick like I learned because it was the first thing I think is like doing the Apple clone or something, the Apple
Website.
Pay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the thing that you brought in was the reverse engineering, I remember, which is, I mean, that was like a really big boost to like understand how the HTML structure works and the CSS and what and everything. And like one of the best things about the course is to to learn the foundations, and it's really important. It's really the most important thing to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, the foundations. And I probably couldn't have done that like by myself, because I didn't have a structure. And yeah, one of the best things about the program is the well structured. Yeah, it's how well structured it is, because in a really short time, like all the info and all the knowledge and the technical skills that you need is like really compressed and structured, and it's really well built. Step by step, you can really quickly learn to, like, on your own, like quickly just build simple pages, and it's gonna be really useful for the future, to learn the foundations, because right now when I'm, for example, doing some like that tests, learning how to do tests and getting into like old code, like if they have like legacy JavaScript and stuff like that, I had to go back to JavaScript and jQuery and understand how, selectors work and things like that. And that's coming from those times when I did the first part of the course. Right. So I mean that's just invaluable part of it, and all the other parts of the course are, yeah, I mean, just having the live calls, having the ability to ask questions all the time and get feedback from you instantly. It's the best about it. And to have the team and have the community, a very supportive community that's helping, and we can learn
What
from.
about the team project? Because all the other stuff, like people could, kind of put together a bigger project. They kind of put together a website. They can kind of get it together, not as fast, not as well, but they can kind of put it together. But the thing that I think I've changed the game completely with is the team project, which none of my competitor has, and none of the people that are trying to learn to code for free or like whatever, they cannot put it. They cannot do that. It's literally impossible, because I don't know what your experience, but you saw, like, as we were building a team project, like people were like dispersing, and I had to bring them together. And I don't want to blow my own horn, but brings like the leadership, involved into a team project, because you can have the individual team members that have to collectively contribute towards somebody, those people, to make sure they do their stuff. So, like, as a regular person, I don't think you can have access to that. What was your experience in the team project? Like, how did that help you land the job and keep the job, or like have like a good transition into the real workforce?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the team project was, um, also the team project, and also I've done the crypto app, and not all of the guys I remember done it, but I've done that too, and that gave me a lot of experience as well. And the team project is, yeah, I mean, you just go through. It's really like, what is it in the real world is uh, like working in a team and having the meetings every week to discuss and getting I mean, the other thing is, one of the best about it is to learn how to use Git, and work in a team and use Git and do PRs and do code reviews. Uh, I mean, at least that's minimum that you have to be able to do just to get the job. Because if you're not able to use that, then you're not gonna be able to do anything. So that's yeah,
Mm.
that's definitely was something gave me the that gave me the skills for that. And yeah, and just solving problems all the time. And in the team project as well, if you get in there, you're gonna be, yeah, getting a lot of different types of problems, and you have to figure out by yourself. You have to come up with a solution, and make some PRs, get some code reviews, change around things, move around things on Git, make some push or solve some merge conflicts and stuff like that. So that is what's gonna like even if you get into the interviews, you're gonna get like a home coding challenge or something like that. You're gonna give they're gonna give you like a challenge or something and requirements like what to do, and it's the same like thing that you'll have to code something and make a repo, and you learn everything,
You
all
need
of that
to
in the
boom, boom.
project.
You need, yeah, yeah. You need to like not even think about that stuff. That stuff should be like natural to you, especially in a job. You know, like nobody should teach you this stuff. You know.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
now, I guess that's pretty much it, bro. Like, this is more like a check mark. You know, as I mentioned in the beginning, like what you did, it wasn't easy. It wasn't get rich quick scheme. You know, it definitely took some time and effort, and real recognizes real. You know what I mean? Like I really like hustlers. You know, and this program is made not for people that want to play around and have fun coding. This is a program for people who want to learn code to make money. You know, if it's a job, if it's freelance, creating your own SaaS, creating your own business, this is like a program for serious people that want to get paid. You know, so that's what I like about you, that you came in and you wanted to like get the job done. You know, like a professional, and I want to congratulate you for that, bro. That's pretty much it, bro. If you have anything else to say, yeah, who do you think this program is for, and who do you think this program is not for?
I think yeah, is not for people who don't put in the time and just expect to happen and get the job for the first time in the first interview. I mean, I just just from my experience, I can only talk from my experience, but people who just don't put in the time and the effort and expect something to happen. Yeah, it's like for people who work hard and to who want to get a cool job but still has discipline. Like discipline is really important, and perseverance, because the interview process or the part like going through that was also a lot of stress. The like learning, and who wants to and is who's able to learn, because here you need to learn all the time, every day, and
Yeah,
yeah, just go for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty much like this is like for any kind of high level job or high level career, you have to keep learning. There is no like when you are a barista, you learn how to make the coffee and you do the latte art and you do the same thing forever. You know, like you never learn anything new. I can tell you because I saw how it is. You can just get better a little bit if you want to, but you're
Yeah,
still gonna make £7 an hour. You know,
yeah, yeah,
that was what I was getting paid in the UK. You know,
yeah,
but here, in a high level career, um, you have to keep learning to have an edge. You know, which is okay. That's why you're getting paid. You know, and why that's why you have the benefits. And I'm still learning on a day-to-day basis. You know, some created this business. I learned, like you saw, probably when I joined, when you joined, I was solving different problems. Then after 3 months, another fucking problem, and then after that, another one, and another one. And I was like, how do I solve this? How do I solve that? How do I add this? You know, so it's like a continuous game of like who solves the most amount of problems and the best problems. You know, like the most painful problems. You know.
yeah.
Anyway,
It never stops.
I don't. Pretty much, yeah. Cool, bro. Appreciate you being here, man. Let's stay in touch, and I'll see you around. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
Thank you, bro. See you around. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Peace out.